Distinguished participants of the first GCC Swiss Forum, dear representatives of the government and business industry leaders in the GCC and in Switzerland, dear Excellencies, dear Dr. Abdulaziz Zager, dear Christian Koch, dear members of the Gulf Research Center, dear ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and pleasure for me to welcoming you today to the Banking and Risk Management panel. Jointly with the four distinguished speakers, we have carefully selected a number of topics that we consider relevant for a better understanding of the current financial and insurance markets in the GCC. We have planned for some time for Q&A session after the presentations, and we look forward for many of your questions. We will, however, also remain at your disposal after the session for any further information. Before having the pleasure of introducing the four distinguished speakers of today's panel, I would like to leave you with a few thoughts about the banking insurance recent developments in the GCC region. The GCC countries had an annual GDP growth of roughly 6% in the last decade. Their economy is expected to grow and double in size in the next 10 years to about $3 trillion. The diversification efforts away from the oil-based economy are considerable. Strong government spending and investments in infrastructure, industry, and services sector are positively impacting their non-oil growth figures. Saudi Arabia alone has announced that it will spend not less than $500 billion by 2020 to boost its non-oil economy and its private sector. The Gulf's biggest economies are also running huge state budget surpluses thanks to rising oil prices. Large-scale infrastructure projects such as the future Riyadh Metro, which is considered to be the world's largest public transport system currently under development, and the FIFA World Cup 2022 in Qatar as the Vision 2030 are a few examples of the large-size project currently underway. The World Index MSCI has recently upgraded in June of this year the UAE and Qatar to emerging market status from frontier markets as effect of May 2014. This will allow qualified foreign institutional investors to invest in the region, in the GCC region, and they will seek to do so also for diversification purposes. Saudi Arabia Capital Market, the Tadawul Stock Exchange, which is about $400 billion, is expected to open to direct foreign investment in the near future. The Tadawul represents about 80% of the trading volumes in the Gulf region. This year, and as a result of it, Saudi Arabia has moved to a Friday to Saturday weekend to align its financial markets with trading hours in the rest of the world. Standard & Poor's, the international rating agency, has in its August report declared that the Islamic bonds market, the so-called Sukuk market, has now the potential to join the mainstream away from being considered an alternative investment. The global issuance of Sukuk in 2012 has grown 64% to about $138 billion, mainly as a result of infrastructure investments in Malaysia and in the GCC. A recent example is the Dubai Electricity and Water Authority, the DEWA, who has issued a $1 billion Sukuk with a 5-year tenor in March of this year. It is the first US dollar denominated Sukuk by the DEWA. The GCC banking and insurance sector is making record profits in 2013 as a result of the region's economic resilience, its strong project pipeline, and the government spending, which positively impacts the lending activities of the banks to the private sector. The GCC have also decided to embark upon a monetary union, and considerable preparatory work is underway. The decision has been taken to locate the future Gulf Central Bank in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. While uncertainty remains as to the timing of the introduction of a single currency in the GCC, it would, however, become the second largest monetary union in the world after the European Union. Currently, most of the GCC countries have pegged their currencies to the US dollar, with the exception of Kuwait, who has pegged it to a basket of currencies. In the financial services sectors, among other challenges, lies the challenge of the regulatory framework in the GCC. This challenge might be even further highlighted by the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, the TTIP, between the US and the European Union, which experts estimate will affect 30% of global trade. It will affect the GCC as well as Switzerland, as the TTIP will become globally binding on third-party trading countries. And it will have a significant impact on the energy, aviation, and financial services sector. To give you a sense of the figures, the current GCC EU trade is valued at $170 billion annually, and the GCC US trade is valued at $100 billion annually. The financial services sector will face a new regulatory environment of corporate governance, accountability and transparency, reporting requirements, as well as investor protection. For example, sovereign wealth funds like the Abu Dhabi Investment Authority and the Saudi Arabia Sama Foreign Holdings that acquire US and European assets will be impacted by the US-EU trade agreement and its strict regulatory framework. Coming to Switzerland, Switzerland is a global leader in wealth management and is still growing. About 26% of the total assets under management are managed by Swiss asset managers. That is, as of 2012, $2.2 trillion. UBS, a leading Swiss bank, has recently been reappointed to be the world's largest asset manager. The Swiss banking sector is among the best capitalized in the world, exceeding that of the US and European largest banks. The Swiss insurance and reinsurance industry is positioned at the top of the world industry, with Swiss Re being one of the two leading reinsurers in the world based in Zurich, Switzerland. The Swiss insurance and reinsurance ability to absorb shocks, its best practice in risk management, and its ability to develop innovative risk solutions that are adapted to the local market conditions, and as an example, developing Islamic insurance takaful products for the local markets, allows the Swiss insurance and reinsurance industry to be a trusted and a long-term partner. The current promising business opportunities and their already long-existing and trusted business relationships between the GCC and the Swiss business community in the financial services sector are to be further developed for the welfare of both economies and its people. Let me now have the honor to introduce my four distinguished speakers on the panel. The first speaker is Urs Stiernemann, to my left. He's a managing partner of the Swiss ILC Management Services and is based in Dubai. He has worked over 20 years in the Middle East region, in the financial and in the legal field. He has worked both for the Swiss government and the private sector as the CEO of VP Bank in Switzerland and in senior positions for Credit Suisse out of Bahrain. He is the Vice President of the Swiss Business Council in Dubai and the Executive Director of the Emirati Swiss Friendship Forum. Urs, please, would you give us your presentation?